Have you ever noticed that the calmest people you know seem almost untouchable by drama and chaos? Seneca figured out the secret 1800 years before modern neuroscience even existed. He discovered that emotionally intelligent people don't just manage their emotions, they architect them using 12 specific daily practices that most people completely ignore. While everyone else gets swept away by anger, anxiety, and overthinking, these ancient habits create a mental fortress that nothing can penetrate. Subscribe to the channel, leave your like, and comment what part of the world you're watching from, because now I'm going to tell you everything. Do you know what happens inside your mind in the first minute after you wake up? Many people do not notice. But there are people who start their day by paying attention to every feeling that rises inside them. They watch their emotions, just like someone might watch the weather to see if it is sunny or cloudy. If they wake up feeling tired, happy, worried, or peaceful, they notice this feeling and do not pretend it is not there. They try to understand what that feeling means. From the moment they open their eyes in the morning until the time they close them at night, people with emotional intelligence keep checking in with themselves. They do not run away from their feelings. Even if the emotion is strange or not easy to accept, such as anger or sadness, they allow themselves to feel it for a moment. By doing this, they get to know themselves better. Naming feelings is one way to do this. When something happens and they feel a strong emotion, they pause and try to give that emotion a name. It could be happiness, anger, fear, jealousy, surprise, hope, or boredom. Giving a feeling a name might sound simple, but it is powerful. It helps them see what is happening inside, and this makes it easier to handle the feeling. If a person wakes up and notices a heavy feeling in their chest, they might ask, "Am I sad? Am I worried? Or is this just tiredness?" Sometimes feelings are mixed together. Maybe they feel happy because it is a special day, but also nervous because they have something hard to do. It is natural to have more than one feeling at the same time. The reason behind an emotion is also important. For example, maybe someone feels angry in the middle of the day. They stop, think, and find out they are hungry and have not eaten breakfast. Or if someone feels sad, they try to remember if something happened yesterday that is still bothering them. By taking a moment to ask why a feeling is there, they learn about their own mind. Sometimes the answer is clear. At other times it is not so simple. But asking the question helps. If a bad mood appears, emotionally intelligent people do not say, "I should not feel this way." They accept it. They remind themselves that everyone has ups and downs. No emotion is wrong or bad. Each one is like a visitor that comes and goes. Self-judgment does not help. These people do not blame themselves for having feelings that are hard. They do not tell themselves that they are weak or foolish because of an emotion. Instead, they are gentle with their own minds. They may think, "Today I feel tired and upset, and that is okay. These feelings will pass." When they feel good emotions, such as joy, excitement, or calm, they enjoy them. They take a breath and let happiness fill them for a moment. By noticing good feelings, they make them last longer. This habit makes the good moments stronger and helps them remember that happy times will return, even after sad ones. They practice this habit many times each day. When something small goes wrong, such as spilling a drink or losing their phone, they notice if they get annoyed or stressed. They pause before reacting. By naming the feeling, "This is frustration," they can decide what to do in a better way. Sometimes emotions come from many days ago. A feeling can show up without warning. Maybe someone becomes upset about something small, like waiting in a long line. If they look closer, they see that they were already upset about a fight with a friend 2 days before. Old feelings can stay in the mind, and noticing them helps to let them go. People with emotional intelligence also notice changes in their feelings. They know when they start to feel better after something difficult. They know if they are getting more worried before it becomes too much. This early notice helps them act before their feelings take control. Learning to pay attention to emotions is a skill. At first, it may be hard. Sometimes people cannot find the right word for a feeling. It might be something in between two words, such as both nervous and excited. It is okay not to know right away. With practice, it becomes easier. If someone is not sure what they are feeling, they can ask themselves questions. Did something happen today that made me feel different? Am I thinking about someone? Am I worried about something tomorrow? These simple questions help bring hidden emotions to the surface. Writing down feelings can help too. Some people keep a small notebook or journal. They might write, "I felt angry at noon today. I think it was because I was rushed at work." By writing, they make thoughts clearer. Others prefer to talk out loud, even if they are alone. Saying, "I am frustrated because it is raining and I wanted to go outside," makes the feeling more real, but also less heavy. Recognizing an emotion out loud helps release some of its power. Sometimes emotions are very strong and hard to handle. Instead of running from them, emotionally intelligent people give themselves time. They might sit quietly for a few minutes, close their eyes, and let themselves feel whatever is there. They let tears come if they need to cry. They let laughter come if something is funny. They do not fight with their emotions. This helps their mind stay clear. Understanding emotions also helps make better choices. For example, if someone feels tired and grumpy, they may decide to rest instead of continuing to work because they know pushing through will not help. By listening to what their feelings say, they care for themselves. People with emotional intelligence remember that all feelings change. A feeling of sadness in the morning can turn into hope at lunchtime. Worry at night can change into peace by morning. This gives them hope that hard moments are not forever. This habit of paying attention makes every part of life easier. In small things, like waiting in traffic or waiting for a phone call, they notice how they feel and do not let the feeling control them. In big things, like facing disappointment or hearing sad news, they can stay kind to themselves. They trust their own emotions, but they also know that feelings are messages, not commands. Feeling scared does not mean they have to run away. Feeling angry does not mean they have to shout. By seeing emotion as information, they use it to help, not hurt. All of this adds up to self-awareness. Self-awareness is knowing what is happening inside your mind. When you notice your feelings, you know more about who you are and what you need. This is a gift. It helps you to take care of your mind and body. For emotionally intelligent people, each day is a new chance to learn about themselves. It starts as soon as they wake up with a simple question. How do I feel? This question is not hard to ask, but it is powerful. By asking again and again, day after day, they slowly build a stronger understanding. This self-understanding grows over time. When they practice noticing, naming, and accepting feelings, their mind becomes calmer. They become less afraid of emotion. They do not have to hide or pretend. They accept themselves as they are. Sometimes emotions are uncomfortable or even painful. These people do not push them away. They know that feelings pass. By shining a gentle light on all feelings, good and bad, they make their minds a safe place. They know that paying attention is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of strength. People who ignore feelings often feel lost or confused. Those who notice feelings know where they are and where they want to go. As the day moves on, they keep checking in. Before a meeting, they ask themselves how they feel. Before making a choice, they do the same. If something important happens, they ask again. It becomes part of how they live. By understanding themselves, they also learn to understand other people better. They become more patient. They do not get angry as fast when someone else is upset. They remember that everyone has feelings, just like they do. Some people fear that paying too much attention to feelings will make them sadder. For emotionally intelligent people, the opposite is true. When they notice and accept their feelings, they feel steadier. Emotions lose their power to surprise or overwhelm. They do not expect to be happy all the time. Life brings all kinds of feelings, but they know that every emotion, even the hard ones, is a lesson. Each one shows them what matters, what hurts, and what brings joy. When they practice self-awareness, changes in life seem less scary. A new job, the end of a friendship, or a sudden problem is still difficult, but with emotional knowledge, they are prepared. They already know how they react. They already know what helps them feel better. They face new events with more peace. For some people, this kind of watching takes effort. It means stopping, even when life is busy. But emotionally intelligent people know that a few quiet moments each day are worth everything. By understanding their own feelings, they are ready for whatever comes next. As the evening comes and they prepare to sleep, emotionally intelligent people take one last look inside their mind. They remember the feelings of the day, both light and heavy. They let them settle. They thank themselves for paying attention. This simple act helps them sleep well and wake up calm for another day. Becoming aware of your feelings does not make you perfect. Everyone has hard days, but self-awareness is the first step to building a strong mind. When you know what is happening inside, you can care for yourself better. You can also become kinder to others. This habit is not magic, but it is powerful. It is one of the secrets to living a better life. When people take care to notice their own emotions, it becomes easier for them to also pay attention to the feelings of others. This way of living changes the way they see the world. They do not look only at themselves. They start to look at the faces, voices, and actions of the people around them. For these people, understanding other people's feelings is just as important as understanding their own. Throughout the day, they quietly watch and listen. They notice if someone is quieter than usual or looks confused or uneasy. They hear the way words are spoken, not just the words themselves. If someone says they are doing fine but their voice sounds shaky, a person with emotional intelligence does not just trust the words. They look for other little signs. Maybe the person's head is down or their hands are shaking. These are small clues, but if they are noticed, they reveal a lot. When a friend or co-worker smiles, they do not just accept it as nothing. They look at the eyes, the real shape of the smile. True happiness can be seen in a person's whole face. If the smile is small and the eyes are sad, emotionally intelligent people know something else may be going on. Even when people try to hide their feelings, emotionally intelligent people are likely to sense them. They do not use special tricks. They simply pay attention. They notice when someone walks slower, when someone does not laugh much, or when someone is looking far away while everyone else talks. Sometimes a person sits quietly among friends, but is lost in their own thoughts. An emotionally intelligent person respects this. They do not force anyone to speak. They wait, but they do not forget. If they see someone in pain or trouble, they might ask a gentle question such as, "Are you all right?" If the person is not ready to talk, they just stay nearby and keep showing care. In groups or families, some people are loud while others are silent. People with emotional intelligence do not miss the quiet ones. They try to see everyone. If someone is sitting with their arms crossed or is looking around, perhaps they are bored, or maybe they feel left out. It is easy to miss these feelings, but emotionally intelligent people have patience. They make space for everyone. Sometimes, people are not sure how they themselves are feeling but show signs without noticing. Children often do this. A child who is upset might sit by themselves or stop talking. Instead of asking many questions right away, emotionally intelligent adults give the child time. They might sit close, ready to listen when the child is ready to speak. This way, they build trust, not pressure. Listening is a big part of noticing feelings. When someone talks, emotionally intelligent people are not only waiting for their turn to speak, they listen with care. They hear what is said and also what is not said. If a friend says, "I am tired," but their eyes are red and they sigh a lot, there may be sadness behind the tiredness. A person who listens closely might ask, "Do you want to talk about anything?" This question shows kindness, not judgment. Sometimes people do not want advice or solutions. They just want someone to understand. Emotionally intelligent people know how important this is. They do not try to fix everything right away. Sometimes sitting with a person in silence is enough. Body language tells many stories. If someone pulls away when others touch their arm, maybe they are feeling shy or scared. If a friend hugs a little longer, maybe they need comfort. A person looking at their feet might be feeling embarrassed. A person who keeps checking the time may be nervous. People with emotional intelligence look at these little things. Each one is a clue. Voice tone is another important thing. If someone's voice sounds flat or sharp, if it goes up or down suddenly, it might show an emotion, even when the words are plain. Sometimes a person's words do not match their feelings. They say, "I am happy," but their voice is low and weak. Emotionally intelligent people listen for these differences. They also watch for changes. If someone who is usually friendly becomes quiet, or if someone who laughs often stops smiling, these are signs that something might be wrong. When people seem stressed, they may act busy or make small mistakes. A careful observer notices and may ask, "Is something bothering you?" Some people get angry fast, while others do not show their feelings easily. People with high emotional intelligence do not judge quickly. Instead, they wait and learn. Maybe a person is angry because they are tired or worried about something at home. Maybe someone is silent because they do not feel safe to talk. Emotionally intelligent people give room for these feelings. All feelings are real, even when they are not spoken. Emotionally intelligent people respect this. They do not laugh at someone's sadness or fear. They know that everyone feels in their own way. Sometimes just saying, "That sounds hard," helps another person feel understood. Other times, a simple touch or a quiet presence is enough. Being kind is at the center of emotional intelligence. When someone is sad, they might not want to talk, but knowing they are not alone can help. Emotionally intelligent people do small things, bringing someone a drink, giving a smile, letting them be quiet. They do not force anyone to feel better, but let them move at their own pace. Helping someone does not mean taking away their pain right away. Sometimes just asking, "How can I help?" opens the door for them to share. But if the other person says, "I want to be alone," emotionally intelligent people respect that too. They do not insist on helping in their own way. They give the other person control. Understanding someone else's feelings does not always mean agreeing with them. You may not see the world the same way as your friend, but you can still respect their emotions. Being there for people, even when you do not fully understand, is a gift. There are times when you will not understand what someone is feeling. Even the best listeners do not know everything. But emotionally intelligent people keep trying. They watch, they listen, and they wait. Sometimes, days later, the other person decides to talk. Because trust has been built, the conversation is honest. In the workplace, the skill of recognizing emotions in others is very important. When someone is stressed, a small word of support can make a big difference. In families, seeing when someone is unhappy helps avoid bigger problems later. In friendships, being present and paying attention builds a strong bond. Emotionally intelligent people do not talk about others' struggles with other people. They do not share secrets or stories that are not theirs. They protect feelings and respect privacy. Because of this, people feel safe with them. It is easier to trust and share feelings when you know you will not be judged or exposed. Being careful with words is part of caring. Emotionally intelligent people do not make jokes about someone's pain. They do not use unkind words, even by mistake. They think before speaking because words matter. Children can learn emotional intelligence by watching adults. When adults show care, listen, and respect others' feelings, children see and copy them. Even small children can learn to ask, "Are you okay?" or to give a friend some space. These habits help everyone feel safe. Mistakes can happen. Sometimes, even people who try hard do not notice when someone is sad or upset. When they miss a clue, emotionally intelligent people do not get angry at themselves. Instead, they say sorry if it is needed and try to do better next time. Noticing feelings in others is not always easy. People may hide their emotions, or life may be so busy that there is little time to pay attention. But by practicing every day, emotionally intelligent people become better and better at it. It also helps to remember that everyone has bad days. If someone seems distant, it does not always mean you did something wrong. Maybe they have something heavy on their mind. Giving people space is an act of kindness. Sometimes the best thing is to ask simple, open questions. Questions like, "How are you feeling?" Or, "Do you want to talk?" Show that you care. But if the other person does not want to talk, just being there is important. Presence itself is a kind of help. Helping others does not only mean listening to words. Sometimes someone needs help with actions. If you see someone having a hard day, a simple offer to help with their work or to sit with them can make things easier. With time, emotionally intelligent people learn who needs space and who likes to talk. They remember small details, such as someone's favorite food or the way a person likes to relax. These little things show that they are paying attention. People feel loved and safe when they know someone sees them. Every day brings a new chance to connect with others. From the first greeting in the morning to the last goodbye at night, there are many moments to show care. Even a simple smile or a kind word can be powerful. People with emotional intelligence know that they cannot fix everything for others. They do not try to control or solve all problems. They simply do their best to listen, to see, and to support. This makes relationships stronger. By noticing and respecting the feelings of others, emotionally intelligent people build friendship, trust, and peace with everyone they meet. At the same time, paying close attention to others does not mean forgetting about themselves. They keep their own emotions in mind and know how to care for their own needs too. As more people learn to pay attention to each other's feelings, it becomes easier to create kindness in families, schools, workplaces, and everywhere people meet. This makes life smoother for everyone. Understanding others is a habit, a way of seeing and listening that grows every day. There are times of stress, sadness, or worry, and these can be hard for everyone. When people feel seen and supported, it is easier for them to face troubles. Being understood often makes heavy feelings lighter. Everyone needs this care sometimes. Caring for other people's feelings is not about being perfect. It is about trying every day to notice, to listen, and to offer help in small ways. These simple actions make a big difference. Just as with self-awareness, recognizing emotions in others is a practice. It gets easier the more you do it. With time, you find it natural to tune in to the people near you. Even strangers can feel your care. Following this way of life, people find themselves ready not only to listen, but also to act calmly. When trouble or stress comes, people with emotional intelligence do not get lost in panic or anger. They use their skills to stay steady, both for themselves and for the ones around them. In tough moments, their calm presence is a steady light for everyone in need of peace. When people know how to understand and respect the feelings of others, they are already starting to make their world more peaceful. But every day there are moments that are not easy. Sometimes things go wrong at work or at home. Someone says something unkind, plans change, or worries appear. There are days when nothing happens as it should. Emotionally intelligent people are not safe from these problems, but they have learned to deal with them in a special way. They know how to stay calm when life is not easy, and this is part of what makes their lives steady. When a problem appears, many people quickly feel upset inside. They can feel anger, sadness, fear, or disappointment. These strong feelings can come fast and can make it hard to think clearly. Sometimes a person wants to shout or cry right away or leave the room without talking. It is normal to have these reactions, but people who use emotional intelligence take a different path. They do not let sudden feelings take over. Instead, when trouble comes, they pause and breathe. Taking a deep breath may seem like a small thing, but it changes so much. It slows the heart. It gives the mind a little more space to see what is really happening. When people breathe slowly and deeply, they send their body a message. It is time to be calm. They remind themselves that even in a hard moment, they can choose how to react. Instead of shouting or blaming someone right away, emotionally intelligent people let themselves feel the first wave of emotion without acting on it. They might count slowly in their mind, from 1 to 10, and let the first strong feeling become quieter. By doing this, they give themselves a chance to think before they react. After a pause, they look at the problem with clear eyes. They ask themselves, what has just happened? Why do I feel this way? Taking this small step means they do not let anger or fear control what happens next. For example, if a friend says something rude, a person with emotional intelligence feels hurt, but does not answer in a harsh way. Instead, they say, "That comment made me feel bad," or "Can we talk more calmly?" Life often brings surprises people do not want. Someone might lose something important like a job or a favorite item. A person they love might get sick. Plans get cancelled. These things hurt, and it is natural to feel pain. Emotionally intelligent people do not hide their pain, but they do not get lost in it. They know that calm actions help more than angry or wild ones. Sometimes other people are upset. Maybe a family member is shouting or a coworker is arguing. A person with emotional intelligence remembers not to let someone else's anger become their own. They listen quietly and do not raise their voice. By staying calm, they help other people calm down too. If things feel like they are getting out of control, they ask, "Can we take a break and talk later?" This simple sentence gives everyone a chance to breathe and think. Not every strong feeling must become an argument. Sometimes it helps to walk away for a short while. Emotionally intelligent people take a few minutes alone if they feel too angry or sad. They might drink water, go outside, or sit quietly in a peaceful spot. When they return, their feelings are usually softer and their words are kinder. There are also days when stress keeps building up, little by little. Many small problems, traffic, noise, long lines, too much work, can make a person tired and tense. People with emotional intelligence notice when this is happening. They say to themselves, "I am feeling stressed," and then look for a way to relax. This may mean taking small breaks, moving their body, or listening to music they love. Even a few deep breaths are enough to feel different inside. Part of staying calm is knowing that most problems are not as big or as permanent as they first appear. Emotionally intelligent people remind themselves, this problem will not last forever. By seeing that each worry or anger is only temporary, they prevent panic from taking over. When someone feels hurt, it is easy to try to find someone to blame. But blaming others rarely helps and can damage relationships. Instead, people who are emotionally intelligent look at the problem with gentle honesty. They ask, what part is my responsibility? Is there something I can do differently? This open way of thinking helps them grow, instead of just creating fresh anger. Sometimes they talk about their feelings with calm words. I felt disappointed when that happened. Or they might say, that made me worried. Speaking simply and clearly helps others understand what is going on. This avoids a lot of shouting or silent anger that could last for days. During difficult conversations, emotionally intelligent people do not rush. They listen slowly. They make sure not to interrupt. They wait until all feelings are said before they answer. When it is their turn, they use words that are gentle and respectful. There are moments when the right words do not come. Emotionally intelligent people do not force themselves to speak too soon. If they need time to think, they say, "Can I have a few minutes?" Or, "I need to think about this for a while." Taking this time keeps the conversation calm and kind. Anger is a feeling that many people fear. Emotionally intelligent people are not afraid of anger, but know how to hold it safely. If they feel it growing strong inside them, they notice. They do not pretend it is not there, but they do not let it lead their actions. They use their breath, their words, and their quiet time before making decisions. Sometimes, stress comes from outside, not from people. A sudden loud sound, a long wait in traffic, or missing an appointment can make anyone upset. In these moments, people with emotional intelligence look for what they can control and calmly accept what they cannot. If they are late, they call ahead and explain. If they miss a chance, they remind themselves there will be others. Fear is another powerful feeling. People can feel afraid about the future, about failing, about changes that come without warning. People with emotional intelligence let themselves feel fear, but they do not let it stop them. They take small steps forward, even if their heart is racing. They talk about their fear with honesty. By shining light on fear, they make it smaller. Grief is also part of life. Losing someone or something dear can make the world feel cold. Emotionally intelligent people let their tears come. They sit quietly with their sadness and do not rush to feel better. They know sadness is part of love and caring. They let friends support them when they need it. Life sometimes gives many problems in the same day. When this happens, even emotionally intelligent people can feel overwhelmed. They notice the feeling and accept it. They remind themselves that it is okay to rest, to ask for help, or to do only what they can for now. They do not force themselves to be strong every moment. Staying calm does not mean never getting upset. Everyone feels anger, sadness, fear, or stress. Calmness means choosing not to let these feelings control what happens next. It is a skill that grows with practice. The more people use it, the easier it gets. When emotionally intelligent people face hard times, they look for things that help them feel better. They might talk to a friend, move their body, write down their feelings, or find a safe, quiet place. They care for their minds and bodies, knowing that calmness is something they must choose every day. At work, staying calm helps people handle conflict kindly. Instead of rushing into fights, they listen for the truth behind others' anger. They ask questions. "What do you need?" Or, "How can we solve this together?" In families, calm words keep love steady, even during disagreements. Children learn how to manage their feelings by watching adults. When parents or teachers stay calm, children see that hard moments do not have to lead to shouting or fear. They learn to pause and think too. This makes families happier and schools more peaceful. In friendships, calmness keeps trust strong. When a friend makes a mistake, emotionally intelligent people do not react harshly. They give their friend a chance to explain and apologize. This makes room for healing instead of fighting. Many small habits help keep the mind calm. Deep breaths, kind words, a walk outside, quiet music, or even counting slowly can turn a bad moment into a peaceful one. Every person is different, so each person finds what works best for them. Sometimes problems are too big to solve alone. Emotionally intelligent people are not ashamed to ask for help. They talk to a friend, a family member, or a counselor. They know that sharing a hard feeling makes it lighter. They also offer help to others when they can. The world is always changing, and new challenges appear every day. But people who stay calm can move through changes without losing themselves. They bend but do not break, because they hold peace in their hearts. Strong calmness does not mean hiding from reality. Emotionally intelligent people see problems as they are. They are honest about what is hard. But they do not let fear or anger control their choices. They choose careful actions and gentle words. If a mistake is made, calm people do not add shame or self-anger to the problem. They say, "That did not go as I hoped. What can I learn? How can I do better next time?" This way of thinking brings new chances, not new pain. In very tense times, calmness can be shared. If one person in a group speaks softly and moves slowly, the whole group begins to calm down. Peace grows when people take care of their own feelings. With each day, emotionally intelligent people become better at staying calm. They may still get worried or upset, but they return to peace faster as time goes on. Their life is not without trouble, but it is less troubled by things they cannot control. This way of living helps people listen and speak with care. Being calm helps everyone talk better, build trust, and make each other feel safe. When people react without shouting or blame, they keep their relationships strong and open. Steady calmness creates space for honest words and deep listening. When people speak in peaceful and gentle ways, it becomes easier for everyone to feel safe, heard, and respected. This is not something that happens by chance. It is a result of knowing how to listen to others and knowing how to share your own thoughts in a clear and kind way. People who have emotional intelligence work every day to build good conversations because they know this is the best way to keep relationships strong. Listening is the first step. It is more than just staying quiet while someone else speaks. True listening means giving your attention to another person as if nothing else matters for a moment. People with emotional intelligence put down their phones, pause their other work, and look into the eyes of the person who is sharing. They show, with their actions and their faces, that what is being said is important. As they listen, they try to hear every word. They do not interrupt. They wait for the other person to finish before speaking. Sometimes people speak slowly, or they need to find the right words. Emotionally intelligent people have patience during these moments, giving the speaker time to express what needs to be shared. It is also important to listen to feelings, not just words. Behind every story, there can be happiness, worry, anger, or excitement. When a friend is telling about their day, an emotionally intelligent person listens for these feelings. They watch the tone of voice, the look on the face, and the movement of the hands. If the words are happy but the face looks sad, they notice and care. People who listen well also ask simple questions. They do this to help the speaker feel understood. For example, they might say, "How did that make you feel?" Or, "What happened after that?" These gentle questions show that they care. They do not ask questions to judge or control. They only want to help. There are times when a person is sharing something very hard or painful. In these moments, emotionally intelligent people do not rush to give advice or to solve the problem. Sometimes the best help is simply to be silent and to stay close. A quiet, kind presence can bring comfort, even when no words are spoken. When it is time to answer, emotionally intelligent people choose their words with care. They remember that words can help or hurt. They speak honestly but kindly. If they do not agree with the other person, they share their ideas in a way that does not attack or break trust. They use simple phrases such as, "I see it differently," or "This is how I feel." This way, they keep the conversation open and the other person does not feel pushed away. Sharing your own feelings and thoughts is important too. People with emotional intelligence know that it is fair to speak as well as to listen. When they talk about themselves, they do not shout or blame. They explain their feelings clearly. "I feel worried when I do not hear from you," or "I was hurt by what was said." They use I sentences instead of you sentences, because I sentences focus on their own feelings, not on blaming the other person. Good conversations need balance. It is important to speak, but it is just as important to make sure everyone else has a turn. Emotionally intelligent people notice if someone is quiet and invite them to share. They do not talk over others or take all the time for themselves. They look around and check that every voice is heard. During group talks, some people might try to get all the attention, others might feel shy or left out. People with emotional intelligence notice who is not speaking and gently encourage them. They might say, "What do you think?" or "Would you like to share your idea?" This helps everyone feel like they belong. Sometimes conversations become tense. Someone may feel misunderstood or upset. When this happens, emotionally intelligent people stay calm. They do not shout or walk away. They take a deep breath and they listen carefully to what is upsetting the other person. They might say, "I can see that this is important to you," or "I am sorry if I made you feel bad." This helps to lower the tension and open the door to solving the problem together. It is not always easy to know what to say in a hard moment. There are times when it is better to wait. If a conversation is too heated, emotionally intelligent people might suggest, "Let's take a short break and come back to this." Pausing can help everyone think more clearly. Apologizing is another important part of speaking. When someone makes a mistake or says something that hurts, emotionally intelligent people are not afraid to say, "I am sorry." They know that saying sorry does not make them weak. It shows respect and care for the other person. It is a way to fix relationships and build trust. On the other hand, when someone says sorry to them, emotionally intelligent people accept the apology with grace. They do not stay angry or bring up old mistakes again and again. They let go and move forward. People sometimes disagree. Having different ideas or opinions is normal. Emotionally intelligent people know that disagreement does not have to become a fight. They listen to the other side, ask questions, and share their point of view in a kind way. If they cannot agree, they respect each other's differences and move on. When people talk at work, at home, or with friends, they use their words to show respect. Simple things, such as saying "please," "thank you," and "I appreciate your help," make everyone feel valued. These small words help to build an environment where everyone feels safe to share and to listen. Emotionally intelligent people also pay attention to body language. They know that listening is not only done with the ears, it is shown by nodding, keeping eyes open and friendly, and not turning away. When it is their turn to speak, they look at the person they are talking to and make sure their voice is not too loud or too harsh. Children can begin learning these skills from a young age. When parents and teachers listen to children, wait for them to finish talking, and answer with care, the children feel respected. They learn to do the same with others. This helps families and classrooms feel safe and close. Listening and speaking in a good way does not mean agreeing with everything that is said. It means respecting each person's feelings and thoughts. It means creating space where people feel safe enough to speak the truth, even when the truth is hard. Sometimes, emotionally intelligent people have to talk about things that are difficult or sensitive. When this happens, they prepare by thinking about what needs to be said. They use clear and gentle words. They do not attack, blame, or insult. If the other person becomes upset, they pause and give time to calm down before continuing. It is also important to know when words are not needed. Some days, a friend may just want company, not conversation. A quiet walk, sitting together, or a simple touch can speak louder than many words. Emotionally intelligent people learn to notice these moments. They understand that silence is not empty. It can be a way to show love and support. Everyone makes mistakes in conversations. Sometimes words come out wrong, or someone interrupts by accident. When this happens, emotionally intelligent people quickly say, "Sorry for interrupting," or "I did not mean to say that." This helps to repair the talk and shows respect. Being present is important. People who are distracted or thinking about something else are not truly listening. Emotionally intelligent people work to keep their minds focused on the person in front of them. They put away their thoughts about the past or worries about the future so they can be fully there. Listening well and speaking kindly helps to solve problems faster. It stops small misunderstandings from growing into big fights. It helps people to trust each other more and to feel safe, sharing even the hardest feelings. With each conversation, emotionally intelligent people build better friendships, families, and workplaces. They encourage others to be honest and open. They make space for every voice. When hard topics come up, they face them together instead of hiding or letting anger grow in silence. This way of speaking and listening becomes a habit over time. It is not something you learn in one day or one week. It takes practice with many people in many situations. But with each conversation, it grows easier and more natural. Good listening and speaking bring joy, comfort, and understanding to every relationship. People feel less alone, and problems feel lighter. When people know they can speak and be heard, even their hardest days are a bit kinder. The ability to listen and speak in a good way also helps people understand how others feel more deeply. They learn to notice when someone else needs support, even if the person does not say it. This is empathy, and it makes every connection stronger. People who use these habits every day become important support for their friends, families, and communities. When someone is having a hard time, they trust these emotionally intelligent people to listen and to help. By building this trust, they create safer and kinder places wherever they go. Sometimes the best help is just being there, being patient, and giving someone time to share. When a person feels safe, they are more willing to talk about what is really happening inside. The way people listen and speak changes lives in small ways every day. Even when there are problems, arguments, or sadness, these skills help to bring understanding and healing. When everyone shares and listens, friendships and families grow strong. With the habit of gentle listening and honest speaking, emotionally intelligent people are ready for the next step. Learning how to understand what it is like to see and feel through the eyes of another person. This skill opens the heart, deepens kindness, and builds even stronger bonds between people. When people learn to listen to others and share their own feelings calmly, it becomes possible to build even more understanding. Some people know how to feel what others are feeling, even if no words are used. This ability is called empathy. People with empathy can feel sadness, joy, or worry through another person's experience. They do not need to live the same situation to know how it feels. They use their hearts and minds to connect with someone else's world. Imagine a friend who looks very quiet and does not want to talk much. An emotionally intelligent person does not turn away or ignore the change. Instead, they remember how it feels to be sad or worried themselves. They sit next to their friend or give a gentle smile. No one needs to say much. By being present, they create a safe space for the friend. Empathy means trying to see life through another person's eyes. Even if two people are very different, they can try to imagine how things might look or feel for the other. This does not mean they must fully agree or see things the same way. It only means being open to understanding. A woman might not know what it is like to lose a job if it has never happened to her. But if she thinks about how she would feel if her daily life suddenly changed, she may begin to understand her friend's pain. This small act of imagination is the start of empathy. When someone faces a problem that you do not know, you can still care. You can listen, ask soft questions, and say, "I am here for you." You do not have to fix anything or give advice to show empathy. Just being willing to be with someone as they feel their feelings is already very important. Empathy helps people become patient. It shows them that not everyone thinks, feels, or acts the same way. One friend may get very sad about a small thing, while another friend may stay calm. Instead of judging or saying, "You should not feel like that," people with empathy accept and respect every feeling. They know that all emotions are real, even if they are not easy to explain. Young children can learn empathy from adults. When parents or teachers talk about feelings, help with problems, or give comfort when a child is upset, they show this skill. They might say, "It is okay to cry if you feel sad," or "I might feel the same if that happened to me." Over time, children start doing the same for others. This makes families and schools places where people help each other. There are times in life when someone suffers for reasons that are hard to see. Sometimes a friend is quiet because of loss, worry, or a painful memory. Empathy helps people be gentle in these moments. Instead of asking many questions, they are just present. A soft look, a small touch, or a kind word can say, "You are not alone." Empathy is also important at work. If a person has too much work or looks tired, a co-worker who feels empathy might offer to help or bring them a drink. If a boss sees a worker looking worried, they may ask quietly if everything is okay. Workplaces become nicer places when people care about the feelings of those around them. Sometimes people are afraid to talk about their real feelings. They worry they will be judged. When someone shows empathy, they make it safe to share. They do not laugh at tears or complain about someone being slow. They wait, listen, and give honest support. People begin to trust that they will be understood and accepted. When someone has empathy, they look for reasons behind actions. If a child is angry, the adult asks, "What might have happened to make them feel like this?" If a friend cancels plans suddenly, instead of feeling angry, the person might ask, "Are they tired or having a hard day?" Looking for reasons helps stop unfair blame and brings more kindness. Empathy can be learned and grown. It starts with simple acts. First, people can ask themselves, "How would I feel if I were in that person's place?" Stopping, thinking, and putting yourself in someone else's situation can change the way you see them. Even if you cannot agree with what they do, you might understand why they do it. Sometimes it takes effort to show empathy. If someone is upset but acts rude or angry, it is hard not to become defensive. But emotionally intelligent people look past the anger to the pain or worry underneath. They try to help the person feel safe enough to talk about what is really going on. This might take more than one conversation. It might take many days. But patience and care build strong connections. When people come from different backgrounds, empathy is even more important. If someone has customs or beliefs you do not know, you can ask gentle questions to learn. You can listen without judging. You can respect differences and look for what is the same inside, feelings that everyone shares. It does not matter where someone was born, what language they speak, or how they live. Everyone feels happiness, sadness, and fear. Empathy is not always easy. Sometimes people do not understand each other. Big problems or arguments can make it hard to see another's point of view. But even then, emotionally intelligent people keep trying. They do not give up because things are hard. They remember that kindness can touch everyone, even in the middle of conflict. There are many simple ways to show empathy each day. People can listen to others without interrupting. They can ask, "How are you feeling?" and truly mean it. They can remember important things about someone else, such as what makes them happy or worried. They can say, "That must be difficult for you," or "I am glad to see you feeling better." Small words and careful actions add up over time. Sometimes empathy means sitting with someone in silence when words are too hard. Other times, it means celebrating together when something good happens. Sharing joy is just as important as sharing sadness. When someone feels empathy for another, it is important to let them know. You might say, "I may not know exactly how you are feeling, but I care," or "I am here with you." Even if you do not have the same experience, your willingness to care is what matters. People who use empathy find that people trust them more. They become people that others come to in hard moments. They are not always the loudest or the most noticed, but they are safe people, people who do not judge or hurt with words, people who listen first. Empathy can heal deep hurts. If two friends argue, sometimes one will reach out and try to see things from the other's view. Saying, "I did not think about how this made you feel," opens the door to forgiveness and friendship. When families have empathy, they forgive mistakes more easily and start fresh. Some people are more naturally empathetic than others, but everyone can learn to feel and care in this way. It is like growing a small tree. With attention, patience, and gentle care, empathy grows stronger. It may begin with one friend, but over time, it touches many people. Sometimes the world seems rushed and busy. People walk straight ahead and forget to look at others. In these moments, even a small act of empathy, a kind look, a thank you, a patient moment in a long line, can change someone's whole day. Empathy helps with big decisions too. When groups or families must make a choice, thinking about how everyone feels is important. People with emotional intelligence ask, how will this choice affect other people? They do not think only of themselves. This leads to better decisions because every person feels respected and included. In everyday life, there are chances to teach empathy. At a store, if a cashier looks tired, you can smile. At home, if someone seems quiet, you can ask, "Would you like to talk?" At school, if another student sits alone, you can invite them to join you. Every moment is a chance to see and feel with others. When mistakes happen, empathy helps to repair hurt. If you say something unkind, you can look at how it made the other person feel. You can say, "I am sorry I hurt you. That was not my intention." By focusing on the feeling, not just the mistake, healing can begin. Sometimes people want to help, but they do not know what to say. It is okay to admit, "I do not have the right words, but I am here for you." Honest care often matters more than perfect advice. Empathy is needed not only with people, but with animals and the world around us. Caring for pets, caring for nature, or helping someone who cannot speak for themselves, these are all forms of empathy. They help people feel connected to everything alive. Groups of people who use empathy are happier and stronger. Schools become kinder. Workplaces have less anger. Neighbors help each other more. Problems are solved together, and successes are shared by all. In these places, everyone feels that they belong. Empathy is also useful for knowing when to give space. Sometimes people need quiet time alone. Emotionally intelligent people do not push when someone does not want to talk. They say, "I am here when you are ready," and they mean it. This respect helps trust to grow. Every day is a new chance to practice empathy. It does not take special talent. It takes noticing, listening, caring, and a simple wish to make life softer for someone else. Each time you put yourself in another's place, you learn more about your own heart and about humanity. As friendships and families become more empathetic, people feel less alone. Hard days become lighter. Happy days grow happier. Trust, respect, and closeness grow stronger. People help each other more and forget less about what truly matters. Empathy is not an end. It is part of a way of living that brings patience, love, and strength into every part of life. With empathy, people forgive mistakes and move forward. They remember that every feeling is important. By using this gentle power, relationships become more peaceful, and life becomes better, even when it is not perfect. In every close connection, there will be mistakes. People hurt each other or let each other down. Empathy helps bring forgiveness. People who practice this way of living remember that everyone can change and become better. This belief in growth and kindness is what makes emotional intelligence so important for happy and lasting friendships. When kindness and empathy shape the way people live together, Mistakes and disagreements are no longer reasons to stay apart. Even when people are caring and try their best, everyone will make mistakes sometimes. This is part of being human. There may be days when words come out wrong, actions get misunderstood, or someone is hurt without anyone meaning to cause pain. Emotionally intelligent people know that making mistakes is normal. What matters most is how people handle these mistakes, especially how they forgive others and themselves. To begin, it is important to see that no person is perfect. Every day people forget things, make decisions that do not work out, or lose their temper when tired or stressed. Someone might break a promise. A friend might forget a special day. A parent might shout at their child. At work, a team member may not finish a task on time. These things can upset people, cause sadness, or make trust feel weaker. But people who understand feelings deeply know that holding on to anger only makes things worse. Emotionally intelligent people know how to look at a mistake and see it clearly. They do not try to hide from it or pretend it did not happen. If they were the one who made a mistake, they accept what they did. They might say, "I am sorry I made you feel bad," or "I did not mean to forget, but I did." Simple, honest words help start the healing. When people can admit they made a mistake, it shows courage and respect for everyone involved. Sometimes it is hard to say sorry. Pride or fear can make it feel difficult. A person might worry about being judged or losing love, but emotionally intelligent people know that saying sorry does not make them weak. Instead, an honest apology makes relationships stronger. When people say sorry, they show they care and want to make things right. Listening is a key part of forgiveness. When someone is upset, emotionally intelligent people listen until the feelings are heard. They do not interrupt with excuses. They let the other person talk and express their hurt. After listening, they show understanding by saying something simple like, "I can hear that what I did made you feel sad." This helps the person who was hurt to feel valued. At times, the person on the other side is the one who made the mistake. In these moments, emotionally intelligent people try to forgive. Forgiving does not mean pretending nothing happened. It does not mean forgetting the pain. It means choosing to let go of anger, to stop repeating the hurt in their own mind, and to allow both people to move forward. Forgiveness can take time. When the pain is big, people might not feel ready to forgive right away. Emotionally intelligent people know that this is okay. They give their heart time to heal. They do not rush themselves or others. They might speak with a trusted friend, write down their feelings, or spend quiet moments thinking about what happened. Time helps wounds close. Sometimes, people believe that forgiving is only for the other person's good. But truly, forgiveness is a gift to the one who forgives. When a person lets go of anger, they feel lighter and more peaceful. Holding on to old hurts is like carrying a heavy weight. By forgiving, people set themselves free. It is also important to forgive small mistakes each day. Life is full of tiny problems. Someone bumps into you, breaks something, or says something unkind without thinking. Instead of letting these small things turn into big problems, emotionally intelligent people forgive and move on. They do not hold grudges or keep lists of every wrong thing done by others. Families and friendships are healthier when people practice forgiveness often. Children learn by watching adults. When a parent says sorry to a child, or when brothers and sisters forgive each other after fighting, everyone learns how to make peace. In schools, students who forgive do not bully or stay angry for many days. In teams at work, forgiveness helps fix mistakes and keep projects moving. Forgiving does not mean that someone can keep hurting you again and again. Sometimes people must protect themselves by setting boundaries. If someone keeps making the same mistake, it is okay to say, "I forgive you, but I also need things to change." This keeps relationships honest and safe. Self-forgiveness is another important part of emotional intelligence. Many people are hard on themselves when they make a mistake. They might repeat the bad moment in their mind or call themselves names. This does not help anyone grow. Emotionally intelligent people learn to say, "I made a mistake, but that does not make me a bad person." They forgive themselves for not being perfect. Forgiving yourself means looking kindly at your own errors. When you forget something or fail at your goal, you can ask, "What can I learn from this?" Instead of hiding from mistakes, you use them to become a better person. You can tell yourself, "I can try again," or "Next time, I will do it differently." As people get better at self-forgiveness, they become more gentle with themselves and find it easier to be gentle with others. Sometimes, people worry that forgiving means saying what happened was okay. That is not true. Forgiveness does not erase the hurt or make a mistake good. It only means you are choosing not to let the pain control you. You can forgive someone and still ask that things be different going forward. You can forgive yourself and still take actions to grow and change. Forgiveness is about hope. It is the belief that people can do better, that trust can be rebuilt, and that every person can change. This hope is what helps people keep trying, even after mistakes. It gives families a chance to heal after fights. It lets friends stay close even when they do not agree on everything. Mistakes are part of every relationship. Sometimes they are big, other times they are small. What matters is how you respond. If you blame, punish, or stay angry, small problems can grow larger. But if you accept, take responsibility, say sorry, and forgive, problems begin to heal. This makes space for understanding and for kindness to return. Forgiveness also means letting go of the need to be right. Sometimes two people remember a fight in different ways. They may never fully agree on what happened. Emotionally intelligent people realize that remembering the pain is not as useful as repairing the connection. They choose peace over being right. Forgiveness helps people move beyond the past. While learning from mistakes is important, staying trapped in old stories only brings sadness. By forgiving, people write a new chapter in their lives. They allow love, respect, and hope to lead the way. Sometimes talking is needed for forgiveness to happen. Sharing feelings, listening with respect, and offering a true apology can help remove pain. Other times, forgiveness is a quiet thing. It happens in the heart without a big conversation. Either way, the result is more freedom and peace inside. Forgiveness builds trust again. When people know that others will forgive mistakes, they are less afraid to be honest and open. This helps everyone feel safe to try new things, to share their feelings, and to keep relationships strong. At work, teams that practice forgiveness are more creative and more willing to help each other. They know that one mistake does not mean someone is not a good person. They support each other, fix problems together, and do not let anger slow down their work. In the community, forgiveness helps neighbors get along, helps groups fix arguments, and helps everyone feel welcome. If everyone held on to every small mistake, no one would talk or help each other. By forgiving quickly, people build places where kindness is normal. Teaching children about forgiveness is important. When children see adults say sorry and forgive, they learn the same skills. They learn to say, "I am sorry I took your toy," or "I forgive you for forgetting." These lessons help children make friends, solve problems, and feel peace inside. Forgiveness can mean giving someone another chance, but it can also mean deciding to step back from someone who keeps causing pain. Emotional intelligence includes knowing when to keep trying and when to protect your own peace. Sometimes it is healthy to forgive, but also to change how close you are with someone. Forgiving yourself or others does not always happen in one day. For big hurts, it may take many days, weeks, or even years. Every step toward forgiveness is a step toward healing. Patience helps the heart mend slowly and safely. Remembering the good times can help when trying to forgive. People can focus on what was happy or peaceful before the mistake. This does not erase the pain, but it helps to see the whole story, not just the hurt. Sometimes, talking about positive memories helps both people feel closer again. When you forgive, you become an example for others. Your friends, family, and co-workers learn from watching you. They may choose to forgive faster or more gently next time because they saw you do it first. Forgiveness can spread from one person to many. Choosing to forgive is never forced. No one can demand it or make it happen. It is a choice made inside for your own peace. People can forgive quietly, even if the other person never says sorry. Sometimes the other person is no longer around, but forgiving is still possible and good for your own heart. After forgiveness, some people worry that the pain will return. It is normal to remember hurt sometimes, but each day the pain becomes smaller if you keep choosing to let it go. Gentle reminders like, "I have forgiven this," or "I am learning to heal," help support this process. Letting go of anger and pain through forgiveness makes it easier to care for yourself. When people stop carrying old hurts, they have more space in their hearts and minds for happiness, for kindness, and for growing. Caring for your own well-being is the next step in living a life filled with emotional intelligence. Forgiveness is not the end of the story. It is a beginning. When people learn to forgive, they feel lighter, more peaceful, and ready to treat themselves and others with more care. They make space for self-care and for healthy boundaries that protect their peace and build better relationships with everyone around them. When people let go of old hurts and give themselves and others a new chance through forgiveness, they open a space for their own well-being. A calm heart and a peaceful mind come more easily when people care for themselves as much as they care for those around them. Self-care is not selfish, and setting healthy boundaries does not mean pushing people away. Instead, it means knowing what you need and making sure those needs are met so you can stay balanced and strong. Taking care of yourself starts with simple things. It is important to listen to your body. Every person has needs that should not be ignored. You need enough sleep each night. Some people need more rest, some people need less, but everyone needs time every night to let their mind and body recover. A person who gets enough sleep finds it easier to think clearly, stay calm, and handle hard feelings. Food is another important part of self-care. Eating healthy foods helps your body stay strong and gives your mind the energy it needs. People with emotional intelligence try to have regular meals and eat a variety of foods. They notice how different foods make them feel. They drink enough water during the day so they do not become tired or upset more easily. Taking time to prepare and enjoy meals is not just good for the body, it is also good for the spirit. Exercise and movement support both the mind and the body. Walking, stretching, dancing, or playing a sport help people release stress and feel happier. It is not necessary to do hard workouts every day or to be the best at a sport. Even small movements done most days of the week can help you feel better inside. Going outside to feel the fresh air, see the sky, or walk in nature can also calm your mind. Rest is a big part of caring for yourself. Sometimes, life is busy. There are many tasks, and it feels like there is no time to pause. But people with high emotional intelligence know how important it is to have quiet moments. Sitting in silence, reading a book, listening to music, or lying down and closing your eyes for a few minutes helps your mind and body recover from stress. Spending time alone is also necessary. Even people who enjoy groups and company need time to be by themselves. This quiet time can help you learn what you are feeling and thinking. When you have a moment alone, you can notice if you are tired, happy, or worried. You can decide what you need to feel better. Time alone is a safe place where no one is asking something of you, and you can be just as you are. Saying no is a healthy skill. Many people want to please everyone. They say yes to every request, even if it is too much. After a while, this can make you tired, stressed, or even sick. Emotionally intelligent people learn that it is okay to say, "No, I cannot help right now," or "No, I need this evening for myself." This helps protect their time and their energy. By saying no to things that are not good for them, they protect their peace. Setting boundaries is part of self-care. Boundaries are limits that you create to take care of yourself. Boundaries can be used with work, friends, family, or anyone in your life. For example, you may choose not to answer work emails after a certain hour in the evening. You may decide not to talk about certain subjects with someone who always becomes angry. You may spend less time with people who make you feel sad or anxious. Boundaries help you keep your energy for what is important. Some people worry that saying no or setting boundaries will make others upset or angry. This can happen, but emotionally intelligent people understand that their needs are important too. The people who truly care for you will respect your limits. It may take time for them to understand, but healthy boundaries make relationships better for everyone. Caring for yourself is not only about the body. The mind and emotions also need care. One way to care for your mind is to notice what you are thinking and feeling. If you feel sad, let yourself feel that emotion and think about why it is there. If you are worried, do not try to hide it. Talk with a friend, write in a notebook, or sit quietly and let yourself notice the feeling. Emotional self-care means treating your own feelings with respect. Taking time for yourself can include doing things that you love. You might have a hobby, such as drawing, playing music, reading stories, or watching a favorite show. These activities bring you joy. Doing things you enjoy, even for a few minutes a day, helps you feel alive and happy. When you care for your happiness, you have more energy to care for others. Spending time in places that feel safe and peaceful is important. Your home, a quiet park, or a room in the library can give you a feeling of rest. If you do not have a place that feels peaceful, you can make a small space for yourself. Even a chair next to a window can become your special spot. When you feel safe, it is easier to relax and go back into the world feeling stronger. Healthy self-care does not mean spending money or buying things. It is about giving yourself the time and attention you deserve. It can mean taking a warm bath, calling a friend just to talk, or enjoying a cup of tea in the morning. Small moments of care can make a big difference. For people who have busy lives or care for many others, taking care of themselves might seem impossible. Parents, teachers, nurses, and people with many family responsibilities often feel like there is never enough time for rest. Emotionally intelligent people know that even a few minutes of self-care can help. Sometimes it is just breathing deeply 3 times, stretching the body, or closing the eyes while waiting for food to finish cooking. Every small act of care adds up. Taking care of yourself also means noticing signs of stress before they become too big. You might feel more tired than usual, have trouble sleeping, become angry easily, or lose interest in things you usually like. These are signs that your body and mind need attention. With self-care, you notice these signs and respond kindly to yourself. People with high emotional intelligence know when to ask for help. Self-care is not always done alone. There are times when you need support, understanding, or advice from others. Asking for help does not mean you are weak. It means you are wise and care about your health and happiness. Letting go of guilt is part of self-care. Some people feel guilty when they take time for themselves. They think they should always be working, helping, or doing something productive. Emotionally intelligent people remind themselves that rest and joy are important. When you care for yourself, you are able to do more for others, and you enjoy life more deeply. Healthy boundaries can help stop stress before it grows too big. If you set clear times for rest, for work, and for friendship, you guard your energy. If you protect yourself from people or situations that always bring pain or confusion, you save your strength for people who lift you up. Children can learn self-care and boundaries by watching adults. When parents take care of themselves, children see that it is normal and good. When a mother says, "I need 10 minutes of quiet," or a father takes a walk to calm down, children learn to respect their own needs too. This helps them grow into strong and balanced adults. In work, healthy boundaries mean not saying yes to every extra task or overtime if it is too much. Taking short breaks, having lunch away from your desk, and saying no to extra work when you are too tired helps you work better. You will not burn out as easily, and you can be present and focused when you are needed most. Friendships become stronger when everyone respects each other's boundaries and needs. Friends can say, "I cannot come today because I need to rest." And good friends accept this answer without anger. Respect makes everyone feel safe and accepted. Learning to say no and set boundaries can be hard at first, especially for people who are used to pleasing others. It may feel strange or unkind, but with practice, it gets easier. When you see the difference it makes in your mood and your life, you understand how important healthy boundaries are. People with emotional intelligence pay attention to how they feel after being with certain people or in certain places. If you often feel tired, sad, or anxious after seeing someone, it may mean a boundary is needed. If you always feel better after a visit or a conversation, you are probably spending time with people who are good for you. Choosing who you spend time with is a kind of self-care. Forgiving yourself for not being able to do everything is also important. No person can work all day, help everyone, and still have energy left. It is okay to rest. It is okay to say no. Being gentle with yourself lets you be gentle with others. Having a few simple rules for yourself can help self-care and boundaries become a habit. For example, you can decide to put your phone down 1 hour before going to sleep. You can make a rule to take a short break after every 2 hours of work. You can plan one fun thing for yourself every week. These habits keep your body and mind healthy. Strong self-care and clear boundaries are tools that help people handle stress, sadness, and hard times much better. When storms come in life, you have more strength to stand tall if you have been gentle with yourself. You know how to rest, renew, and ask for what you need. You know who to go to for support and when to give yourself quiet. Giving yourself good care is not a one-time thing. It is something you practice every day with patience and kindness. Every small act adds up to a life that is more peaceful, steady, and joyful. When people set healthy boundaries, take care of their bodies and minds, and forgive themselves for their mistakes, they are strong from the inside out. This deep strength allows them to focus on happiness and enjoy small pleasures. They learn to be grateful for each day and for all the things, big and small, that make life richer and kinder. Only then can they build happiness that lasts through busy times, sadness, and stress, helping others to find joy as well. By taking time for themselves and creating comfortable boundaries, people begin to find more space for joy in their lives. Happiness is not just something that happens by accident. For those who have emotional intelligence, happiness becomes the result of daily habits and small choices. When people care for themselves and respect their needs, they discover that they have more room to enjoy the world and care for others too. Creating and holding on to happiness does not mean that every day is easy or perfect. Instead, it means finding small moments of joy, building positive thoughts, and choosing actions that make life feel lighter and more peaceful. People with emotional intelligence understand that happiness is not something that someone gives them. It is not a prize that comes only on special occasions. Happiness can be built day by day in very simple ways. One of the easiest ways to begin is by paying attention to the good things that happen. These can be very small, like the warmth of sunlight in the morning, the taste of a favorite meal, or a laugh with a friend. Each good moment is like a piece of a puzzle that helps to make the whole day brighter. Every morning, emotionally intelligent people often remind themselves to notice something they are thankful for. Gratitude is a habit that helps people focus on what is good instead of only seeing problems. When a person says thank you inside their own mind or shares their thanks out loud, they feel more peaceful and strong. For example, some people start their day by thinking of 3 good things. It might be having a warm bed, feeling healthy, or simply hearing a bird sing outside. These small moments, added together, help create a happy day. People who practice happiness do not ignore sadness, stress, or pain. They know these feelings are part of life too. But they also remember that every hard time will pass and good moments will always return. When something bad happens, they allow themselves to feel sad or angry, but they make a choice to keep looking for something positive. This does not mean pretending to be happy. It only means seeing the hope in every day. Spending time with people you love is another important step to building happiness. Emotionally intelligent people enjoy being with family and friends. They share meals, tell stories, laugh, and listen to each other. Even a short message or a quick call to a friend can bring a feeling of connection and comfort. When people feel loved and understood, happiness comes more easily. Doing things you enjoy is also a big part of happiness. Everyone has hobbies or special activities that bring joy. It could be gardening, writing, making music, cooking, or just taking a walk. Making time each week for these activities fills life with energy and excitement. Emotionally intelligent people do not wait for someone to give them permission to be happy. They plan time for fun and do not feel guilty for enjoying themselves. Helping others is a source of happiness too. When people give kindness, share what they have, or help another person, they feel a deep sense of meaning. A simple act, like holding a door open, sharing food, or listening to someone, makes both people feel good. People with emotional intelligence know that giving and receiving kindness is a simple way to build happiness every day. Taking care of your body helps happiness last. If you eat well, move your body, and rest when needed, your energy stays strong. People notice that when they are tired or hungry, it is hard to feel happy. So, small habits, sleeping 8 hours a night, having healthy meals, drinking enough water, stretching or going for a walk, help the mind stay steady. People who focus on happiness learn how to control their thoughts. If a worry or a negative thought comes, they notice it, but they do not let it take control. Instead, they gently turn their mind to something better. They might remember a favorite place, listen to music, or look for something beautiful around them. With practice, it becomes easier to change a bad mood into a lighter one. Making plans for things you care about is another way to feel happier. People who use emotional intelligence set small goals. These goals might be as simple as finishing a book, spending an hour with a loved one, or trying a new recipe. Completing small goals gives a sense of achievement and keeps the mind active and positive. The goals do not have to be big or impressive, just small steps that bring a smile and a feeling of progress. Laughter is very important. Emotionally intelligent people find ways to laugh each day. It can be by watching a funny video, telling jokes with friends, or remembering happy events. Laughter lets the body and mind relax, lowers stress, and helps people connect with each other. Enjoying nature supports happiness too. Going outside, feeling the sunlight, listening to the wind, watching the clouds, or caring for a plant gives a sense of peace. Even in a busy city, looking at the sky or listening to birds brings a quiet moment of beauty. Letting go of things you cannot control is part of building happiness. Emotionally intelligent people learn to accept when plans change or when problems cannot be fixed right away. They remind themselves that some things are outside their power. By letting go, stress becomes smaller and it becomes easier to find joy in other parts of life. Staying connected to the present moment is a helpful habit. Instead of thinking about past mistakes or worrying about tomorrow, emotionally intelligent people train their minds to notice what is happening now. They might focus on their breath, listen to sounds around them, or feel the ground under their feet. This brings their attention back to what is real and helps them enjoy life as it is. Saying positive words to yourself helps to keep happiness strong. When people make a mistake, they talk to themselves with kindness, as a good friend would. They say, "It is okay, I tried my best," or "I can learn and try again." This gentle inner voice helps keep angry or sad thoughts away and builds confidence over time. Emotionally intelligent people also know that happiness sometimes needs extra help. When life is very hard or when sadness stays for many days, they reach out for support. They talk to friends, family, counselors, or teachers. Asking for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. With a little support, hard times pass more quickly and happiness returns. Children can learn to build happiness from adults. When parents, teachers, or family members show gratitude, enjoy small things, plan for play, laugh easily, and share love, children see and copy these habits. They learn that happiness is not just for special times, but something people can create every day. Celebrating small successes is a good practice. Whenever someone finishes a project, solves a problem, or tries something new, it is good to notice and appreciate that step. Saying, "I am proud of myself," or sharing a happy moment with others, makes happiness last longer. Forgiving yourself is important for happiness. If you make a mistake, do not stay angry or upset for a long time. Say sorry if needed, learn from the event, and move forward. Carrying guilt and shame makes happiness harder, but letting go opens up new joy. Enjoying time alone is part of happiness for everyone. People who are emotionally intelligent use solo time to dream, create, rest, or just breathe. This quiet time helps the mind settle, ideas grow, and new plans appear. It is not lonely time, it is a chance to become stronger inside. Bringing happiness to others makes your own life better. Sharing a smile, helping a neighbor, sending a message, or visiting someone who is lonely shares joy that multiplies. Even if you feel sad, giving a little kindness makes both people feel a bit lighter. When life gets difficult, holding on to hope is a strong part of happiness. Emotionally intelligent people remind themselves that sadness or trouble is not forever. They think about other hard times they have lived through and trust that peace will return. This hope keeps their spirit strong. Keeping happy memories can help on hard days. Looking at photos, reading old letters, or remembering fun stories brings comfort. Emotionally intelligent people use these memories to remind themselves that life has many good moments, even if now feels heavy. Music, art, and creativity bring happiness too. Singing, playing an instrument, painting, building, dancing, or writing are ways to express feelings and bring color to life. Even if you do not think you are good at these things, doing them for fun helps the mind relax and feel pleasure. Helping others plan for happy moments brings more joy. Asking, "Would you like to come with me for a walk?" Or, "Can I share this meal with you?" builds connections and bright memories. Sharing experiences is a gift for everyone. Some days happiness is harder to find. When those times come, emotionally intelligent people do not blame themselves. They know it is normal for mood to change. On such days, they rest, care for themselves, and focus on small, calming actions. They trust that happy feelings will return. Looking forward to something helps. Planning a future trip, a special meal, or a visit with friends gives hope and excitement. Having something good to wait for, even if it is small, can brighten the days in between. Being gentle with yourself and others keeps happiness alive. Not all days will be easy. Mistakes, losses, and stress are part of life. What matters is how people return to small, good habits, rest, kindness, gratitude, and caring for others to rebuild good feelings. Emotionally intelligent people use their strength inside to hold on to happiness, even when the outside world is full of trouble. This way, Happiness becomes something they can bring with them anywhere, and it is something they can share with others too. When happiness is a daily choice, when people focus on small joys and keep hope in their hearts, they are better able to face life's problems. They meet difficulties with a clear mind, and they look for answers instead of only seeing trouble. Their practice of happiness and gratitude gives them the strength, wisdom, and patience to solve problems step by step, helping others to do the same. With a heart steady in hope and happiness, people are ready for life's harder moments. The world is always full of small and big problems. Some days, a challenge may feel small, like losing your keys or missing the bus. Other days, a problem is harder, like a disagreement with someone you love or losing your job. Feeling worried, afraid, or confused during these times is normal. What makes emotionally intelligent people different is how they choose to face problems and look for solutions instead of only thinking about what is wrong. Meeting a problem with calm and a clear mind makes a big difference. Emotionally intelligent people do not ignore their problems. They do not pretend trouble is not there. They face each problem directly. First, they accept the feeling that comes. Sometimes it is fear, sometimes anger, sometimes sadness. They sit with the feeling and give it a name. By naming it, they become less afraid. Just saying, "I am worried," or "I am upset," can help the feeling become smaller, making it easier to move forward. After naming the feeling, the next step is to look closely at the problem. They ask simple, honest questions like, "What has happened?" and "What can I do now?" Instead of only thinking about why things are bad, they look for the facts. Understanding the problem clearly helps people find good solutions. They do not get lost in what if or only think about blame. They try to see what is true and what can be changed. Big problems can often seem scary because people see them as too large to solve. Emotionally intelligent people learn to break problems into smaller steps. If you are looking for a new job, the first step is to write a simple plan, like making a list of places to ask for work. If you have an argument with a friend, the first step may be to send a kind message or ask to talk. Every small step gives a little more hope and makes the problem less heavy. Some people feel weak when they do not know all the answers. Emotionally intelligent people do not feel bad about asking for help. They know that no one has to solve everything alone. If they are stuck, they talk to friends, family, teachers, or co-workers. Even a short talk can bring a new idea or show a different side of the problem. People who face problems together are often stronger than those who try alone. Many problems do not go away right away. They may need several days, weeks, or even months to fix. During this time, it is easy to become tired or lose hope. People with emotional intelligence remind themselves that slow progress is still progress. Each small action, writing an email, calling someone, saving a little money, or practicing a new skill, brings them closer to the answer they need. Calm thinking helps people keep the problem in perspective. Instead of blaming themselves or others, they look at the situation as a lesson. They may ask, "What can I learn from this?" If they made a mistake, they accept it, try to fix any harm, and make a plan to do better. They do not hide from their responsibility, but they are also gentle with themselves. Some problems are not caused by anything a person did. Life is full of events people cannot control, like sickness, sudden changes, or losses. Even then, emotionally intelligent people look for what they can control. If someone is sick in the family, they do what they can to bring comfort, ask for medical help, or just give support. Taking action, even in small ways, helps reduce feelings of helplessness. Being realistic is important in solving problems. People with high emotional intelligence know they cannot fix everything perfectly. Sometimes part of the solution is to accept that some things must change or that a loss cannot be avoided. Instead of fighting against reality, they look for new ways to live and to find peace. Emotionally intelligent people are patient with themselves and others while working on solutions. If a friend is upset, they allow that friend to feel those strong emotions. They do not rush healing or push for a quick fix. They stay present, listen, and help step by step. This patience makes relationships stronger, and often a problem becomes an opportunity to learn about each other. When a problem affects many people, such as at work or at home, people with emotional intelligence help everyone talk and listen. They invite others to share their ideas. They ask, "How do you feel about this?" Or, "What would make this better for you?" This creates teamwork, where everyone feels valued and part of the answer. Sticking to facts, using clear words, and making careful plans helps worries feel less big. Writing a list can turn a jumble of stressful thoughts into clear steps. For example, if you need to move to a new home, you can write down everything that needs to be done. Packing boxes, calling movers, telling friends and family, finding a new school for children, and so on. Checking off each task helps build confidence. Emotional support is important too. When a problem feels heavy, people with emotional intelligence help themselves by finding comfort. This can be talking to someone who listens well, spending time in nature, enjoying quiet activities, or even just resting to gain energy back. They know it is okay to pause and take care of themselves while the problem is being solved. Troubles in life often bring feelings of doubt. Can I really do this? What if things never get better? These thoughts are very common. People with emotional intelligence notice when doubt rises. Instead of fighting the feeling, they say, "It is normal to feel scared, but I will try anyway." Taking a small step forward even while feeling doubt is a sign of courage. Some people fear failure so much that they do not try to solve the problem at all. Emotionally intelligent people remind themselves that all people fail sometimes. Failing at something does not make you a failure. Every mistake or wrong turn is a lesson. By learning from errors, people grow stronger and wiser, so the same problem is less scary the next time. Often, when a person shares their problem, others want to give advice right away. But people with emotional intelligence first listen. They ask gentle questions to help the other person find their own answer. Sometimes, being listened to is all someone really needs to start solving their own trouble. People with emotional intelligence look for solutions instead of just naming what went wrong. Complaining can bring comfort for a little while, but it does not solve the problem. After feeling sad or upset, they focus on action. "What can I do right now?" is a question they ask often. Every action, even small, helps. During hard times, people sometimes find it helpful to remember their strengths. They may think about other times they solved problems, the skills they have, or the people who love them. By holding these good things in mind, they feel stronger. Taking care of your body and mind makes problem solving easier. When people are tired, hungry, or overstressed, every challenge feels bigger. Emotionally intelligent people remember to eat regular meals, rest, and do small activities for joy, even on tough days. Supporting their own well-being gives them energy for the work ahead. Making time for rest and pause is not a failure. Sometimes, stepping back from a problem lets new ideas come. A walk, a good night's sleep, or time spent with people you love can renew your mind and give you a better view of what to do next. For problems that do not have a perfect answer, emotionally intelligent people focus on what is most important. They ask, "What will matter most to me in 1 week, 1 month, or 1 year?" This thinking helps stop worry about small details and keeps the focus on what really counts. At work and in families, sharing responsibilities makes hard problems easier. When people ask for help, divide tasks, and keep each other informed, things run better. "Can you help with this?" and "let us work together" are powerful words during difficult times. In arguments or conflicts, People with emotional intelligence listen for the feeling behind the words. If someone is angry, they look for the hurt or fear that may be hiding. They answer with calm voices and honest words. Often, this gentle reaction makes others feel safe, so people calm down and solutions come more quickly. Forgiving yourself for not having all the answers is important. People with high emotional intelligence remind themselves they are doing their best. They do not add extra blame or shame to a hard situation. Staying hopeful during a problem can be hard, especially if things do not change fast. Emotionally intelligent people look for even the smallest good sign. They hold on to hope by remembering all the problems they got through before. Planning for the future helps too. Emotionally intelligent people make simple plans, but they stay willing to change if needed. Being flexible lets them work through changes or surprises without losing confidence or peace. When the problem is finally solved, even if it took many steps, people with emotional intelligence take time to notice what they did well. They think about what they learned, how they grew, and take a quiet moment to rest. Every problem solved, every small action taken helps grow strength inside. It builds trust in your own ability. Even if new troubles come, you know you have skills and habits that will help you move forward. This steady way of facing hard times, one small step at a time, asking for help, learning from each day, and caring for your well-being, creates a strong, peaceful mind. This strong mind is the quiet center that lets a person stay balanced inside, no matter what happens around them. With calm and hope, everyone can keep going forward, facing hard days with the belief that they can find a way through. When people learn to face each problem with clear steps, gentle hope, and care for their own well-being, something important grows inside them. They build a deep kind of strength that is always there, even when the world around them is busy or full of trouble. This strength does not come in one day, but it is the result of many small choices, day after day. It is what gives someone the ability to stay calm, steady, and peaceful inside, no matter what is happening outside. Inner stability means having a mind that is balanced. When you are calm inside, little things do not upset you too much. It is normal to have feelings, to be sad or worried at times, but you do not let your emotions control every action or every word. You use your understanding of feelings to guide your choices. You give yourself room to feel, but you do not become lost in those feelings. Emotionally intelligent people know that inner stability begins with self-awareness. They notice their feelings as soon as they appear, from the moment they wake up to the moment they go to sleep. If a strong emotion arrives, like anger or fear, they pause and name it. They allow space for the feeling but do not let it take over their day. Instead, they ask gentle questions like, "What am I feeling? And where did this come from?" This habit of being aware makes it easier to choose what to do next. For example, if someone feels angry after a bad day, they might choose to take a quiet walk, talk kindly to a friend, or write about their feelings. They do not let that anger grow larger by shouting or hurting someone else. When people know what is happening inside themselves, they can act in ways that match their true values. Balanced people trust their own choices. They do not need to please everyone around them or change their minds with every new opinion they hear. If someone criticizes them, they listen, but they always remember that one opinion does not define their whole self. This gives them the strength to stay calm in the face of disagreement or doubt. Building inner stability also means understanding that some things cannot be changed. There will be days when people are unfriendly, tasks are too hard, or plans fall apart. When this happens, emotionally intelligent people accept what they cannot control. They may feel disappointed, but they do not fight reality. Instead, they focus on what they can do next. Rest, ask for help, or look for small ways to improve the situation. Practice with patience is another key part of inner stability. Life is never perfect. Mistakes happen. People say things they do not mean, or a problem takes longer than hoped to solve. People with emotional intelligence accept small setbacks as a natural part of life. They remind themselves that everyone makes mistakes, and each challenge can make them wiser and stronger. Having a peaceful mind does not mean rejecting all emotion. It means using feeling as a guide, not as a master. If someone feels scared or anxious, they try to understand it. They might check if their body needs rest or if their mind needs reassurance. Instead of hiding fear, they offer themselves kind support. They might talk with a close friend or give themselves some comfort. Over time, they learn the best ways to help their own mind feel steady again. People with strong inner stability often find that others notice their calm. In families, at work, or among friends, these people are the quiet center. When others are upset or overwhelmed, they come to the calm person for advice, for listening, or even just for a safe place to sit. By caring for their own stability, emotionally intelligent people create peace for others as well. Another important part of inner stability is hope. Even on the hardest day, stable people remember that things can get better. They hold on to hope, not by ignoring problems, but by believing that each day can be a little brighter than the last. This hope is what helps them get out of bed in the morning, keep working toward their goals, and try again after a failure. They also practice gratitude. People who have strong stability spend time remembering the good things in their lives. They might list a few things before bed, small joys they saw, people who helped them, or successes at work or school. This practice helps keep their minds steady, even when hard feelings are strong. Keeping strong routines also builds stability. Emotionally intelligent people try to make healthy habits a part of their life. They go to sleep and wake up at similar hours if they can. They eat meals that nourish their body. They stretch or move each day, even if it is only for a few minutes. These routines make life feel safer and more predictable, which helps the mind stay steady, even during chaos. Part of staying balanced is knowing how to say no. People who are stable inside know there is a limit to what they can do for others. They give support when they can, but they do not let themselves be pushed past their own limits. Saying no helps protect their own peace, so they can keep caring for those they love in a healthy way. When big worries or fears come, emotionally intelligent people use the skills they practiced. They breathe slowly, focus on the present, and talk kindly to themselves. They may use simple reminders or phrases such as, "This will pass," or "I can handle this moment." Over time, these words become true for them because they see their own strength grow. Inner stability allows people to enjoy life more deeply. They notice the joy in simple things, a laugh with a friend, a gentle song, a quiet afternoon. When sadness or trouble comes, they know it will not last forever. They trust that good things will return. Being stable also means being honest with yourself. People who are balanced inside do not lie to themselves about their feelings or needs. If they are tired, they rest. If they need help, they ask for it. If they make a mistake, they forgive themselves and try again. This honesty keeps their mind clear and unburdened by guilt or secrets. Stability grows stronger each time it is used. Every small choice to act calmly, to listen to a feeling instead of ignoring it, or to pause before reacting helps build the habit. People may not notice the change in just one day, but after many days and many small practices, their mind becomes less shaken by stress or anger. Children learn inner stability by watching adults. When parents and teachers face challenges with patience and calm voices, children see how these habits work. They learn to pause, to talk about their feelings, and to trust that they can handle hard times too. At work, stable people become leaders others depend on. Not because they are the boss, but because their attitude helps others feel safe. When a task is difficult or a problem is big, the person who keeps their mind calm can guide the group in a gentle way. Others feel stronger because the calm is shared. Friendships grow closer when people are stable and gentle with each other. When two friends trust that they can talk openly, forgive mistakes, and handle stress together without panic, their connection is safe and deep. This closeness is built by years of shared patience and care. Inner stability is not the same as shutting down or avoiding life's hard truths. Stable people see and feel everything, but they do not let pain or fear control their actions. If grief comes after a loss, they grieve. If they are afraid, they name the fear and seek comfort. They allow every feeling, but they always remember, this is not all that I am. A peaceful mind helps people make better choices. When a problem comes, they do not rush to fix it. Instead, they learn about the problem, ask for advice if needed, and plan their steps. A calm decision is almost always stronger than one made in anger or panic. Even in busy places or during big changes, emotionally intelligent people find ways to bring peace inside themselves. They might listen to music, take slow breaths, or spend time in a quiet spot. They learn what helps them relax and keep these things close. Sometimes the world outside is full of noise, demands, or trouble. It is easy to forget your own calm when everyone else is upset. But every time you return to your own stability, you show others what is possible. You do not need to change the world in one day. Every peaceful act, every gentle word makes a difference. Hope is at the center of inner stability. Even on a sad or difficult day, remembering that better times will return helps people hold on. They look for small signs of good, kindness in others, a moment of laughter, a step forward in a challenge. These small things are what keep people moving forward. Taking care of your own stability does not mean being alone. Emotionally intelligent people stay connected to those who support them. When things feel too hard, they reach out. A short talk, a walk with someone you trust, or even a kind message can remind you that you are not carrying everything by yourself. Over time, this strong inner stability becomes a gift you can share. When you are at peace, you listen more deeply. You forgive more easily. You support others without losing your own balance. Your presence is a safe place for others, just as it is for yourself. With stability inside, life's hardest moments feel less frightening. Even when plans go wrong, relationships face problems, or the world outside seems troubled, you remember that you can keep your heart and mind steady. This kind of peace is not loud, but it lasts, and it brings hope to everyone it touches. Making stability a daily practice means remembering what truly matters. You remember kindness, honesty, patience, and care. You find joy in small things and do not need everything to be perfect to be happy. You are gentle with yourself and others, which makes every day brighter and every challenge easier to bear. This is the quiet strength of emotional intelligence. It takes time, patience, and many gentle choices. But with every step, you build a life that is calm at its center and open to all the good it can hold.